There we go. And we're live. Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I know this, I always say this live was supposed to start at 4, but the devil tried it today, and something just came up and it prevented me from getting here until now, which is 4:23, but that's okay. Hopefully you can still catch this, or you're going to watch the replay, or whenever you come across this video, hopefully you still get to grasp the information. But I am going to just get started. I'll wait a couple minutes, and hopefully some of you guys are in the group, or you can get on and join me for a few minutes as we talk about this topic, and I tell you guys the story. And yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to share this with you because we've been talking about law of attraction for a couple weeks in the group. I just spent a couple hours earlier this morning just putting together some really good stuff, some really good information, and you're going to want to get this. You're going to want to make sure you stick around and you watch these lives. You want to make sure you're reading the blog posts. You want to make sure you're reading the emails. Most importantly, make sure you're getting the emails, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But if you're new to this group, or wherever you are watching this video and you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. So my name is Cena Martin, and I am a life strategist. I'm a life coach, and what I do is I teach strategies and solutions to help moms, entrepreneurs, and millennials reprogram their mindsets, boost their confidence, and nurture their spiritual development. Okay, so really basic stuff here. We're talking about law of attraction this week. We're talking about what it means to use the law of attraction, what it means to manifest, and things of that nature, just spiritual law in general. That's what we're talking about. So this live is titled, so you guys can know what this specific video is about. This live is titled 5 Reasons Why the Law of Attraction Fails Every Time. And the reason I'm doing this specific stream first, before we get into all the other content and all the other information, is because it's most important to understand why it doesn't work for most people. If you've ever watched The Secret, or you've ever been introduced to any of this abundance coaching, or any type of training in regards to your spirituality and progression in your life, and having more and being more and doing more through your spiritual training, then you know that this is, common knowledge. I mean, people talk about this stuff all the time. There's lots of YouTube videos about it. There's lots of movies. And like I said, The Secret is, known worldwide. But it doesn't work for most people. And the reality is most people don't know why it doesn't work for them. So I wanted to do this live and come and share the story with you guys so you can avoid, that's the word, so you can avoid the pitfalls of using the law of attraction and then doing all of the work and not having it work for you. Okay, so before I get into the 5 reasons it really doesn't work for most people, I'll share you my personal story about the law of attraction. So I think I told some of you guys this before, if you've seen me or if you watched any of my other videos, but when I first started learning about the law of attraction, it was back in the end of, and if you guys hear a noise in the background, sorry, my son is here with me reading a book. But when I first started learning about the law of attraction, it was back in the end of 2014. And I, again, was so, so new to this. I had no idea. I had no idea, that this information even existed. I had no idea what any of this stuff was. I considered myself at the time, Christian. I considered myself a spiritual in a certain aspect, but I absolutely didn't know anything about this other way of living your life through spiritual, practical spirituality, what I call it. So when I first started learning about this topic, the first thing I did was I was introduced to this movie called The Secret, which I just mentioned. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you've either watched The Secret, you've read the book, or you are going to watch it because I just mentioned it. So that's the first thing that happened, is that I watched the movie The Secret. And The Secret really opened my eyes up to a new way of thinking about life. The Secret, and if you've never seen the movie, The Secret, in summary, it just says that, everything in the universe is energy. Everything in your life is energy. It's always moving. And you attract what it is you put out. So if you focus on doubt and stress and worry and bills and things of that nature, you attract more things in your life that cause you to feel that way. Your body and your mind is essentially a radio, and whatever signal you're tuned to, that's the song you get back from the radio, right? So that is, in summary, what The Secret teaches. And when I first watched the movie, you know, it opened my mind up, and it really blew my mind in such a way that I really wanted to understand, you know, how do you live this type of lifestyle? How do you do this and get this to work in your life? Is this real? Is this spoke about in the Bible? Because like I said, I was raised Christian. So I wanted to know, like, is this in the Bible? You know, I had so many questions about this particular topic, and that led me into this journey where I went and I studied it. I studied it for years, and from that moment up until this day, I've studied it. I've used it in my own life to accomplish certain things. I've taught it to a lot of my students, a lot of my coaching clients, and I continue to teach it because it is such a powerful topic, and it is such a powerful concept when you learn how to use it and implement it into your own life. So just to rewind back for a few seconds, once I learned it and I started to use it, at first, I didn't see any changes. It didn't work for me. I guess work would mean the results showed up in your life, right? So like the results didn't come, but I felt different. My mind felt different. I felt more confident. I felt better in myself. And I felt like I was finding my purpose. I was finding the reason I was here, right? So fast forward to mid 2015 last year, and everything kind of changed. You guys know the story. So I started my coaching business, and in the midst of me starting my coaching business, which was a direct result of the work I did once I learned the law of attraction and how it works in your life, I started my coaching business online. And in the middle of my coaching business, I lost, you know, like my everything. Like my family moved, they had to get a new house, cars gone, money. You guys know the story. Everything. We had to start from like scratch, square one back in 2015. So I was like, well, how is this possible? If I'm supposed to be living the secret, or if I'm supposed to be learning the law of attraction, or, you know, knowing about this practical spirituality, or this way of living that is supposed to transform your life, why is all this stuff still happening to me? Why am I going through all of this right now? So fast forward to today, I discovered that the law of attraction is a process. It is something you can use. It is a tool that you are supposed to use, and it is taught all throughout the Bible, and it is something you use to live your life, what I like to call a virtuous life, right? It is a way to, it's a certain blueprint. Let's put it this way. It is a blueprint that you live by, and the blueprint allows you to live your life a certain way. It allows certain things to happen to you. It allows you to deal with problems a certain way, and it's a creation mechanism. So it teaches you how to create situations, how to create finances, how to create relationships, how to create love. It teaches you how to create the situations and the things. Let me back up some. It teaches you how to create the situations in the life that you want to really be living. So it's a blueprint. And once I understood that it was a blueprint, not an end-all, be-all solution, that's when things really started changing for me. Right? When I learned it's a solution. Like I said, it's a creation mechanism. And when I understood finally that the law of attraction is not a final destination. It's not somewhere you can get in a car and just drive to, and once you arrive there, you stay there. It's constant work. It's constant work, and it's a constant blueprint that you have to go through over and over and over and over and over again. And the results are duplicatable. The results are, scalable. You can have big results from using the law of attraction, and you can get constant results with the law of attraction. But you have to know how to use it, and you have to know what it is. So call it what you want to call it. You can call it manifesting. You can call it faith. You can call it the law of attraction. You can call it universal law. Whatever you want to call it. It's a science. It's a way of life, period. So I share that with you to say, and then now I'm sitting here today, and just to close off the story, now I'm sitting here today, and there's still things in my life I'm creating. There's still things I'm working on, and things I'm building, and I'm not, this cookie cutter perfect person, but I have come such a long way from where I was at in 2014. I mean, I've been in business for 3 years now. A good business, successful business. Been able to coach and help so many different women. I mean, that's my heart, to coach. And you know, now I'm in a position, and I'm in a relationship, I'll say, where both personal and business, where I'm able to grow, I'm able to flourish. I'm able to flourish, I'm able to grow, and I'm able to really just apply all of the things I saw in my head back in 2014. They're coming to life. They're happening for me. I'm meeting the people. I'm having the conversations. I'm going to the events. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm still building, but what I created for myself back then and over these years, it's definitely manifesting in my life every single day to this day. So if you're just coming on and you're just joining me, go ahead and make sure you watch this from the beginning so you can catch the story and why that's so powerful, and why I want to make sure I share this information with you so that you can understand how to use the law of attraction for yourself, and so that you can understand why it fails for most people. So you can understand why it fails for most people. That's the most important part. When people teach you this, before I get into the tips, when most coaches, most life coaches, most personal development gurus, most people who teach this stuff, when they teach it to you, they don't tell you the things to avoid and the reasons it doesn't work for most people. They just tell you, you know, this is what you do, this is how you get it to work. I want to make sure I equip you with the don'ts first, so that when I do give you the do's, you can avoid the don'ts, if that makes sense, okay? So with all that being said, I'm going to get right into today's topic, which is the 5 reasons why the law of attraction fails every time for most people, okay? So, and if you guys are looking right behind me, you know I do my lives right here. It's my vision boards in back of me. Actually, this is so cool. So this vision board, this one right here, it's kind of weird. Hold on. My headphones are on it, but this vision board, which I'll show you guys a picture of it soon. I'll show you the whole thing. It's big. It goes all the way over to the wall. But this one right here, I actually made this board in 2014. So the story I just told you guys, this is the board I made. That actually, I believe I made this board the same day I watched The Secret. So I think I watched the movie, and then I went and I got some magazines, I got stuff, and I cut it all up, and I made this board. And so many things on this board have manifested. If you don't know what manifested means, it just means when something you think about, or something you visualize, or something you desire becomes physical reality. It becomes something you can touch, something you can smell, something you can smell, something you can hear or taste. It becomes something physical. So many things on this board have manifested since 2014, guys. It's not even funny. Like, things are still manifesting from this board. Actually, something I wanted on this board back in 2014, I just got it last week. So I'm not sharing this with you guys because it's just like, oh, this is my content for the month. I'm telling you guys stuff that is my life. Like, I use this, and I want to equip as many women primarily, but as many men and women with this information as I can, because it's life-changing when you understand how to live this virtuous life that I'm talking about, okay? So now let's get into the 5 reasons why the law of attraction fails every time for most people. Reason number 1 is people believe that positive thinking is enough. People believe that affirmations, thinking positive, being happy, staying focused is enough. And the truth is, when you are not, let's put it this way, when you have not practiced positive thinking, which is not just like, it's not an accessory. Positive thinking is not something you can just put on like your earrings and your rings and, you know, you just go about your day. It's not an accessory. It's a muscle. It's a muscle. And just like any other muscle in your body, you have to work it out daily for it to be an asset to you. Okay? So positive thinking, if you're not used to using positive thinking a lot. So when I say a lot, I mean you haven't been doing it for years and years and years. It's something new to you. If positive thinking is a new concept to you, it's not something you can stand on just yet. It's not an asset. And people believe positive thinking when it comes to law of attraction, when it comes to desiring and then asking for something and then going through the process of actually manifesting it, you know, manifesting a spiritual desire into physical reality, which it's a process. It is. When people go through that process, they think positive thinking is going to be the answer. They think positive thinking is going to save them, and it's not. It's not enough. Positive thinking usually backfires on you when you first try to do it. Ask anyone who is taking any type of personal development journey over the years, or maybe you have. Maybe you're on a personal development journey and you've been doing this for quite some time. I mean, you know, the first couple years, it's hard. It's hard. So positive thinking is not enough. And that's the first mistake people make when they hear about The Secret, when they hear about law of attraction, when they hear about manifesting. They think, oh, so if I just think happy thoughts, everything is going to be perfect. And that's a lie. It's not. Because what happens is your mind is not used to hearing only positive thoughts. So your mind, guys, listen up. This is important. Listen up to this part. Your mind is built on survival. So the human brain, right? When the human brain was formed, it was built on survival. And this is science. You can go ahead and Google that if you want to. But your brain is built around survival. So what happens is it's used to telling you things that is going to help you survive, not thrive. So if you try to be positive all the time and your mind is not used to being positive, your mind, your subconscious mind is going to retaliate with doubt thoughts. It's going to say, well, you can't do that. Well, who told you that? No, you can't. Well, you know, you got to pay this bill on Friday, so I don't know why you think you could get this book or get that course. Or it's going to talk to you, and it's going to combat the positive thoughts that you're trying to plant inside. So positive thinking is not enough, and you need to know that going out the gate, okay? It'll help you, but it's not enough if you're not, if your positive mindset is not an asset yet, okay? And this is why I was talking to you guys about mindset the past few weeks so heavy, because it's so important, and mindset is so critical to your success. But that's another class for another topic, okay? So the second reason that the law of attraction fails every time for most people, and let me just see if I can see how long I've been, one second, how long I've been here, just looking at the page to see if there's any questions or comments. Okay, the second reason that the law of attraction fails every time for most people is that, like I said, the positive thinking backfires. So number one is that people think positive thinking is enough. And number two is the positive thinking backfires when your positive mindset is not an asset. Okay, so you caught that. Number three, people wonder where it is, where it's at. And when I say it, I mean the thing they're trying to manifest. So let's use an example. Let's say you want to manifest a brand new house. You want to get a brand new home for you and your, I don't know, you and your son, let's say. And you're like, all right, I'm pumped. I'm going to do it. So I have my affirmations down. I have my house on my vision board, which I do. I have my house on my vision board. I'm ready. Like, I know I'm going to drink water all week and I'm going to work out. And you pumped, you're hyped, you're ready for the whole week to go. And you think, you know, you're going to kill it because you know you're manifesting. And a week goes by, and 2 weeks goes by, and 3 more days goes by, 4 more days goes by, and you've been visualizing, you've been using your daily self-love ritual, you've been doing your prayers and your meditations, and you've been journaling, and you've been doing all the work, right? And 2 years go by, and your house is still not here. And you do all that work, and you stop in the middle, and you say, well, where's my house? Where's my house? I didn't get it yet. Where's my house? That eliminates all of that work you just did for the past 2 years. What it does is it throws doubt on top of all of the work you just did. And when you throw doubt on top of the work you did, it null and voids it. This is exactly similar to when you pray or when you request something from God and then you doubt that you're going to receive it. What happens is the doubt null and voids your prayer. So it's almost like you never even prayed for it. And this is why, guys, I encourage you to read the book of Matthew. Read it all the way through. Actually, the most important part, I would say, well, not the most important part, the whole book is important, but the part specifically that pertains to what I'm talking about is between chapters 3 and 8. So if you read Matthew, the book of Matthew in the Bible, and you read chapters 3 to 8, it really goes into belief, and it goes into what happens when you don't believe. And Jesus really, you know, he really digs into this concept of belief, guys. I told you guys this stuff is documented. It is in the Bible. And doubt kills belief. Doubt kills belief. This is why faith is so important. So what happens is And this number 3, in this mistake, people wonder where it is. They start looking for it. They start wondering, is it really going to come? Is it really going to happen? And you know that's doubt. So what happens is you start doubting and it disappears. And it doesn't come for 10 years, or it doesn't come for 2 more months, or it doesn't come for another week, or, and then you rebirth the reality of not having what you want. So that is a mistake that people make a whole lot. And then they say, oh, well, the law of attraction doesn't work. Oh, well, this stuff doesn't work. Oh, well, I might as well just go about living my regular life because this is not what I want and it doesn't work. The reality is it does work. You doubt it. You doubt it. You lost faith. So when you lost faith, you lost the blessing that was coming your way. And because you lost the blessing that was coming your way, now you want to look at the world and say, it's the world's fault. No, it's you. So the third reason why the law of attraction fails for most people is because they start wondering where their stuff is. Wondering where their stuff is, in doubt, okay? You can be in expectation. You can be in expectation, meaning you know God is about to give you what you asked for. You know your blessings are coming, but doubt is not expectation. So don't confuse the two, okay? So let's speed this up because I want to go ahead and close this out soon. But that was number 3. Number 4, impatience. Impatience. And this piggybacks off number 3. Impatience. Impatience makes your request null and void. And when I say request, I mean putting out into the universe what it is you want. So if you want a new video game, if you want a new car, if you want a new house, and it doesn't have to be materialistic. If you want a relationship, if you want a husband, if you want a wife, if you want better business partners, if you want better coworkers, a better boss, whatever it is, being impatient with it makes it null and void. It's like you never even asked for it. So that's another mistake people make a whole lot, is get impatient. This is the world of instant gratification. We live in an I'm getting tongue tied. We live in a world of instant gratification. Okay, so you can microwave everything. You can put out a tweet, or this is the world of instant gratification. So you see it, you want it. You see it, you want it. And the internet is kind of a big part to blame for that. But your spirituality does not work like that. Let me just be honest and clear. It does not work like that. Just because you asked for it, just because you put it out there, just because you desired it, does not mean it's going to microwave, pop up in front of you, and be in front of you, right then and there. It doesn't work that way. And your impatience is causing the things you want to stay away from you longer. I hope you caught that. Your impatience is causing the things you want to stay away from you longer. Okay? So that's number 4. Number 5, the last one, the biggest reason, this is the biggest one, the biggest reason why the law of attraction fails to work every time for most people is because people don't believe that they can attract what they desire. Plain and simple. People don't believe they can attract what they desire. They don't believe they can attract it. They don't believe they can do it. They hear it. They hear other people's stories about it. They see results about it. They hear the proof about it. They read the verses on it. They read the scriptures on it. They read, anything. Read, see, watch. It doesn't matter how you consume the information. But people don't believe that they themselves can do it. Even if they've seen hundreds of thousands of other people doing it too. And this is when, again, doubt comes into play. Not believing in yourself. Not understanding the power that you have. Not understanding and knowing who and what is inside of you. And how far that can take you in your life. So, I'm almost done. Like I said, not believing that you can attract what it is you want. Not believing you can attract what it is you want. That doubt in yourself keeps things that you want from coming to you. Plain and simple. That doubt in yourself keeps things that you want from coming to you. So don't make the mistake of not believing that don't make the mistake of believing that you can't have what you desire, or you can't attract it, or you can't do the work to get to the space you need to be so that you can receive what it is you've been asking for. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. I just wanted to share those 5 tips with you. Last minute, really quick, guys, above this video, there, or below this video, depending on where you're watching it, there's a link, and it takes you to a cheat sheet I made. It's called the Mindset Makeup Cheat Sheet. This is your last chance to get the cheat sheet. Let me make this clear. the last chance to get the cheat sheet before I put it back into the vaults. And the vaults, we do other things with it inside of the business, meaning it will not be on social media or promoted anymore here. So you can go ahead and get the cheat sheet. That sheet actually gives you a step-by-step daily routine that you can use every day for your week, and it also gives you a place where you can actually check off every single day that you did the work so that you're keeping yourself accountable. And inside of that cheat sheet, I actually give you the steps and the tools and the things you need to do to start making this practical spirituality work for you, and start making the law of attraction really work for you. And it all starts, like I told you at the beginning of this video, it all starts with mindset. If you don't have this right, nothing else will go right. So the cheat sheet will help you for free. It's 100% free. You can go ahead and download it right now. The cheat sheet will help you put yourself into a space where your mind is getting cleaned out, it's getting reprogrammed, it's getting rewashed, it's getting inflooded with new thoughts and a new way of looking at life and a new way of thinking. And you're going to definitely need that when you go on your own journey of using and mastering the law of attraction. So I suggest that you go ahead and get the cheat sheet right now, because today, in about a few hours, actually in about 30 minutes, it's coming off online. It's coming off of the internet completely. Okay, so with that being said, I hope this video helps you. I hope you got some type of value out of this. I know you did. And if this did help you in some type of way, share it out. Make sure your friends, your family, anyone you really love and care about gets this information, because this is stuff we all need to be teaching each other. We need to teach it to our children, and we need to really get this information down so that it becomes applied information and not just something else we're sharing on the internet. This is stuff that will change your life if you put it to use. It has done it for mine. It has done it for millions of others. And this is a way of life, guys. So with all that being said, I will talk with you guys soon. Have a fantastic Tuesday evening. Bye.